In the dim glow of twilight, you find yourself in a quiet, forgotten corner of the world, a place where the night speaks in whispers and silence masks a hidden chorus of secrets. You recall the promise of isolation, a promise of calm reprieve from the chaos of modern life. And yet, as the darkness sets in, every creak of wood and rustle of leaves tells a tale of unease. It began with the thought that isolation would be a sanctuary, a place to escape the pressures of daily existence. You were drawn here by the lure of solitude, a modest dwelling tucked away beneath ancient trees whose gnarled limbs twist against the star-speckled sky. But no sooner had you crossed the threshold than you came to understand that quiet corners rarely hide only tranquility. There, in the soft cadence of silence, something waited, a presence that blurred the lines between comfort and caution. As you wander through the aging halls of the home, your footsteps echo on creaking hardwood floors. The once bright wallpaper, now faded and peeling, clings desperately to the walls. Each tear and stain seems to whisper a memory of lives long past. In one room, an antique mirror hangs crookedly, its surface mottled with time. As you pass by and catch a fleeting reflection, an image that remains just a fraction too long, an unsettling realization creeps in. You are not alone. The feeling of being watched is not confined to that mirror. It seeps into your bones, a subtle pressure at the back of your neck, urging you to turn around. Shadows shift and stretch, as if alive, dancing with an imperceptible rhythm. A sudden chill, inexplicable and profound, reminds you that the locks on these doors are not enough to keep what lurks at the edges at bay. Somewhere amidst these walls, a presence has observed you from the darkness long before you ever set foot inside. In the heart of the night, as you settle into a creaking armchair by a waning fireplace, the whispers of what once was mingle with the hush of the present. The flicker of flames casts irregular patterns on the walls, each erratic shadow stirring memories of other nights, other stories. You begin to question every sound, the soft rustle of wind against the window, the muted tap of rain on the roof. Outside, the world remains unaware of the enigmatic energy humming gently beneath the surface. You step onto the creaking porch, where the dew on the weathered wood clings like fragile cobwebs. The night air is heavy with unspoken secrets. Overhead, the stars puncture the darkness with their distant light, indifferent witnesses to your quiet disquiet. It is here, in this liminal space, that you realize the truth. You are a character in a story that stretches beyond the confines of what you understand, a thread woven into a tapestry of mysteries. Walking slowly back inside, you become acutely aware of the oddly familiar feeling that someone or something is tracking your every move. There is a rhythmic pulse in the silence, a cadence that mirrors your own heartbeat. You recall the words etched in an old journal you discovered tucked behind a loose brick in the cellar. In the quietest corners of the world, silence isn't empty. It's merely the prelude to what awaits beyond the veil. The words reverberate in your mind as you piece together the fragments of many unsettling experiences. They speak of warnings and hidden presences, of boundaries not meant to be crossed. In the flickering half-light of a hallway lamp, you trace your hand along the peeling banister, each worn groove bearing testament to countless nights spent in vigil. The house, with its creaks and sighs, has become an unwitting companion, a silent chronicler of the uncanny. Memories of those who once lived here seem to raise their unseen eyes, their lingering presence palpable in the soft rustle of long-forgotten pages and the distant murmur of conversation that echoes in empty rooms. You wonder if, in seeking solitude, you have wandered into a realm where time is an illusion and the past refuses to let go. You take a deep breath, summoning courage to confront the unknown. In the quiet sanctuary of a dusty study, you sift through scattered documents and faded photographs. Faces captured in moments of joy and sorrow gaze back at you with an intensity that defies explanation. Each portrait tells a story, a life lived, secrets kept, and regrets buried beneath layers of time. And among these memories, one recurring theme surfaces: the unseen observer, the constant watcher that defies reason. A storm begins to rumble in the distance, its low growl a harbinger of things to come. With each rumble of thunder, the walls seem to whisper louder, as if in conversation with the elements. The wind, now a persistent companion, taps insistently at the window, urging you to pay heed. It is then you realize that isolation, once pursued as a path to inner peace, has morphed into a journey riddled with enigmas, mysteries that defy the mundane logic of everyday life. Venturing into the basement, an underground realm cloaked in perpetual twilight, you feel the weight of generations in the stagnant air. The space is cluttered with relics, dusty trunks, worn-out tools, and forgotten heirlooms. Here, amid the relics of a life once cherished, the sensation of being observed sharpens. With every step on the creaking stairs, the dim light reveals fleeting movements, shadows that linger when they should not, swift glances caught in broken reflective surfaces. A sense of urgency takes hold, as if the answers you seek reside in these neglected corners of memory. In these moments, details begin to emerge. A soft clatter of footsteps when you are alone, a whispered name murmured in the dead of night. You find yourself questioning the origins of these sounds. Could they belong to the phantoms of the past, or are they deliberate warnings from a force that transcends the tangible? The realization settles on you like a heavy shroud. The feeling of being watched is no longer just an abstract notion. It is an omnipresent warning, a silent alarm that pulses with an inherent urgency to be heeded. Every crevice of the house reveals layers upon layers of existence, intermingled with the whispers of those who came before you. As you navigate the labyrinthine corridors, the interplay of light and shadow crafts a tapestry of both beauty and subtle terror. The soft glow of dawn, peeking through grimy windows, momentarily casts aside the specters of night, yet only to remind you that darkness inevitably returns. It is during these fragile hours that the boundary between the seen and unseen is the thinnest, a fleeting moment when reality and its spectral twin nearly overlap. In a secluded corner, you discover a small alcove with a fragile wooden door, its paint chipped and weathered by time. Beyond this door lies a realm untouched by the flux of modernity, a space that exudes an aura of both sacredness and sorrow. As you push the creaking door open, a rush of stale air and the faint scent of old incense greet you. The room is a shrine to memories, relics of a bygone era, carefully preserved artifacts, and handwritten notes that chronicle a history deeply intertwined with the occurrence of inexplicable phenomena. The atmosphere is heavy with emotion and foreboding, as if the very air vibrates with the heartbeat of those who can no longer speak. Slowly, you piece together fragments of a narrative that transcends the constraints of time. The diarist of this space, whose voice echoes faintly from the yellowed pages, recounts tales of inexplicable happenings, forewarnings that grew into chilling truths. In one passage, the diarist writes, "The shadows move when you turn away. They feel your presence before you know it, and they have secrets that whisper in the dark." With each word, you become increasingly entangled in a story that speaks not only of eerie occurrences, but also of a connection that defies mortal explanation. It is as if the home itself has absorbed the energy of those who dared to seek solace here, and now, in its quiet isolation, it is ready to whisper its secrets to you. As the day wanes, dusk creeps over the horizon, with a quiet insistence, draping the world in a cloak of mystery. The boundary between what is known and what is feared blurs, and you find yourself suspended between the comfort of familiarity and the lure of the unknown. The experience has shifted from mere solitude to an encounter with forces that have always resided in the undercurrents of existence. The presence is palpable, unseen but ever watchful, a silent guardian of secrets and a messenger from realms beyond human understanding. In the unfolding quietude, the power of suggestion takes hold. Every creak, every rustle, every flicker of movement becomes infused with meaning. Even as you try to rationalize the disquiet, you realize that some experiences defy logic. You come to understand that isolation, though often sought out for its promise of peace, rarely offers solace without a price. The solitude here is imbued with an energy, a persistent, almost hypnotic insistence that you are not merely a wanderer in a forgotten house, but a participant in a grander, more enigmatic narrative. With tremulous resolve, you decide to confront the lingering aura of mystery head-on. In a final act of determination, you ascend the narrow staircase to the attic, a space filled with relics and memories suspended in time. The attic is a repository for everything that time has left behind: dusty trunks, moth-eaten garments, and a scattering of personal mementos. As you explore among the remnants of lives once lived, the subtle sensation of an unseen observer intensifies. It is here, among the silent echoes of laughter and tears, that you sense the profound presence of continuity, a reminder that every soul leaves behind traces that defy oblivion. In the silence of the attic, where the only sound is the soft rustling of aged paper and the occasional groan of settling wood, you pause and listen. Your ears are tuned to the unheard symphony of the past, and you begin to perceive a story woven into the very fabric of the house. It is a narrative of forgotten bonds and unresolved yearnings, a testament to the idea that isolation is not emptiness, but a vessel for entangled lives and lingering energies. The realization dawns upon you, a warning as old as time itself. What seems like solitary peace can, in fact, be the stage for patterns of old secrets and unexplained presence. You understand that in this realm, locks and barriers are mere illusions. The true guardians of this space are the forces that have been quietly watching, waiting for the opportune moment to reveal themselves. Their presence is a living echo of history, a spectral chorus that sings softly in the twilight of memory and mystery. As the night deepens, a sense of calm acceptance mingles with an ever-present undercurrent of caution. You no longer feel overwhelmed by fear, but rather you embrace the enigmatic nature of your surroundings. The shadows, once menacing figures, now seem to be part of an ancient dialogue, a conversation between time and memory. Each whisper in the darkness becomes a gentle reminder that you are far from alone, that beneath every silence lies a wellspring of stories yearning to be told. In the final moments before dawn, you stand at the threshold of the house, feeling the weight and warmth of unseen eyes upon your back. The night has gifted you with a revelation that isolation, despite its allure of peace, is never truly empty. It is layered with the souls of those who have come before, who have experienced the same mysterious pulse of the night and carried the silent warning of being watched. Now, as you ready yourself to step back out into the wider world, you pause to reflect on everything you have encountered: the quiet corners, the shifting shadows, the intimate conversations with memory and presence. All these elements weave together into a tapestry that blurs the line between the living and the spectral. The story of this house, and by extension, the story of every person who seeks refuge in isolation, is a testament to the fact that even in solitude, unseen companions may linger, guiding and warning in equal measure. Before you leave, you take one last look at the now familiar interior, a space that has revealed its secrets to you in hushed tones and subtle signs. You know that as you walk away, the echoes of this place will persist, a reminder that being watched is not just a fleeting sensation, but an enduring truth. In every shadow you encounter, in every silent pause, you will remember the house's quiet admonition: do not look behind you, for the unseen watcher remains, ever vigilant. As the first light of day peeks over the horizon, you step outside, carrying with you a profound lesson etched in your mind and heart. The world beyond the house is the same as it was, yet every rustle of wind and every flitting shadow now holds an invitation to question and observe more deeply. The isolation you once sought as a refuge has shown you a deeper, more intricate reality, one where every silent corner may harbor another story, every lock may guard a hidden passage between the mundane and the mysterious. And so, your journey continues, no longer as a simple escape from the familiar, but as an exploration into the subtle interplay between peace and unease, between what is seen and what is forever hidden, just out of reach. The message is clear. In the quietest of places, in the sanctuaries of solitude, an unseen presence may always be waiting to reveal that we are not alone here. Turn off the lights, put your headphones on, and keep your senses sharp, for every whisper, every shadow, and every subtle shift in the silence is a call to remain vigilant, to embrace the mystery, and to acknowledge that sometimes the stories that touch us roam freely in the spaces we least expect. As you embark on your next adventure, remember this encounter. Cherish the lessons learned among the relics and echoes. Know that solitude is not a void, but a canvas upon which extraordinary truths are painted in the hues of memory and enigma, and deep down carry the simple, suspenseful certainty that in every quiet corner of the world, something might be watching. The narrative of tonight remains etched in your mind, a blend of ancient whispers and modern anxiety, a story told by shadows and witnessed by you. The journey may be personal, but its echoes are universal, reminding us that every heartbeat of isolation is a reminder that the past is never truly gone, and neither is whatever lingers in the darkness. In the end, isolation is a realm of secrets, a silent stage for history's often quiet, yet persistent dialogue. And as you close your eyes to rest, the assurance lingers, you never wander alone. Somewhere in the whispering dark, the watcher persists, a gentle reminder of the mystery that inhabits every lonely, deserted corner of existence. Remember this truth: when solitude calls, not all that is left behind is empty. For in every echo of the past and every unexplained rustle of the present, the silent warning endures: we are not alone here.